Hey guys, today I just wanted to do a quick run through of all of the forts in our airsoft field. I've made individual videos for each of them, and I'll put links in the description to each of the forts as they appear in order in this video, so if you want you can go check those out. I'm going to be starting here at the foxhole, and then we'll work our way around the woods and then end up back over here at our tree fort, which I'll do lastly. But just pretty much for this fort, it's just a little foxhole. It's trying to get overgrown. We still need to work on digging it out a little bit more and clearing back bees, but we basically just dug a trench and then piled sticks up in front of it. I just want to do a really quick overview of each of these, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on each of them. If you want, you can check out more of the fort in detail or in the description. You can check the links to that. I'll take you up to the fort we most recently finished, which is right here. And I think for the rest of them I'll just cut straight to the fort and not do the walking to save time on the video. But for this fort we basically just have one outer wall all the way around. There's a dirt hill here which we kind of packed out and moved the dirt further back and then stacked sticks on top of it. The rest is just kind of ferns and whatnot, just random bits of scrap wood. And then in the back we've got a tower with some more wood that we might use in the future. Our neighbor drops some off every once in a while because where he works they have extra end pieces that they don't use, so that's really nice that he drops it off. Also there's a kind of a bottom level you can come in here. Up top is the sniper tower, which we just finished. Again, links in the description if you want to check those out. And then this wall is needing to be worked on. It's pretty open. That's it. Pretty much it for this fort. I'll take you down right in here. Underneath that tree we have a little sniper fort. So in here you can see it's just kind of a basic bunker. I'll try and climb over this. Might be a bad idea. So it's basically just an outer wall around this tree that goes all the way around, and we have a rope ladder up into the tree and a little bucket here to hoist ammo up. This takes us into the middle of the airsoft field, which there's a fort right here. It's just basically a box with pallets and this kind of fence we made. It's just plywood. There's a stump in the middle. I think we'll just leave it here for the future if we decide to add on to it. There's more forts over. Just show you the outside of this one, I guess. Basically just piled up a bunch of sticks and stuff on the outside and then have the pallets stacked up around it. For this fort, it's pretty much the same design as the last one, just a box with trees used to support it. The front side is pallets, the rest is all just sticks and logs propped up, except for right there is a pallet. But I recently weed whacked and it's already starting to grow back, but basically just kind of did this X pattern where there's two cross beams and a post and two cross beams and a post all the way around. Take you over there, you can see a little bit before. That's the one we're working on as of now. So with this one we're thinking of making maybe a second story, but I'm gonna have to get some better wood. This stuff is starting to rot, or it has been for a while, and it's just gonna get worse. We have this tower in the middle that used to be to a old friend of ours' playset. Once we get that more stable than it is now, which it's not at all, this will be the entrance to get up to the second floor. This is gonna probably take a while since we have to wait till we get better wood. And if we don't end up doing the second story, we'll just probably make a wall between these two trees. And then you'll still have the tower, which we can fix to be stationary, and then have the wall here in front of it to keep you protected from people out in the center of the airsoft field. I'm going to be headed over that way, kind of, to our next fort. So this fort is by far our largest. It's also probably the longest video review I have for the individual forts. So I'll give you a quick kind of run through of it here. You can still check it out. Link in the description, as with all the others. but it is kind of long. I think it's close to 15 minutes. So basically, as I was walking around, you could see the outer wall. We have this tower here, which is enclosed on the bottom, and you can come around the front though. I need to trim back some of these blackberry vines that are growing up in here. The rest, just this front wall, we have propped up kind of haphazardly with sticks. Just random stuff we found, like this barrel was already in the woods along with a tire and some concrete bricks from our old patio. And the rest of this wall is just sticks that we've gathered from the woods, also from clearing out further back in the fort. So we just moved it up to the front. And then out here will take us back to where we started, up there, into the tree fort, which I'll get to in a minute. And over here, you can crawl under to this entrance, which I'm not going to do. I need to trim the weeds back there as well. Here's just it's not chain link fence, but it's something similar. And then we stuck some branches through that, which died, so it's a little bit easier to shoot through. Then there's this wall with aluminum roofing, I think. I could be wrong. But this is the first wall we ever brought up here. We made it in our garage and then brought it up. That was the first thing when we, very beginning when we started airsofting. The rest of this inner wall is just pallets. Come around here in the winter, and actually not just winter, but any time of the year other than summer, and even part of summer, it's really wet in here. We've got a little storage bin. It doesn't have doors or anything, but you can put ammo or guns there while you're airsofting, or like just set extra clips there while you're defending the space. And in addition to that tower, we also have this one, which again is made from part of that play set that our friend gave us a long time ago. And up here, there's just no wall here, and there's a small one here, which looks out into the center of the airsoft field. You kind of crouch down and see out a little bit further. And then the back of this just kind of goes to our horse pasture. So this is the end of our woods. I'll walk out there to show you. So if we go this way from the fort to the right of where we started, this just comes out to the end of our woods. There's a little clearing in there we might do something with at some point. But basically just this is where our horse property starts, so we mainly only airsoft from here over. And I'll show you the tree fort and the little fort that's in front of it, which you can see right there. So right here we have a small little fort that we haven't really worked on a whole lot. I kind of abandoned it, but it's just a triangle pretty much between these three trees, and we have sticks piled up around it on those two sides, but not on this one because we never got around to it, which that's something we'll do in the future. And then the fort that we worked the most on, that was the hardest to build, was an actual tree fort. On the back side we have the escape hatch from inside and the slide that comes down. There's a picnic table that we set all our tools on, and ladder that goes up to the main entrance, which is the hatch door, and the deck. I'll head up there real quick to show you guys. So after you come up the ladder into the tree fort, there's this little locking latch to keep it up, and then on the bottom of the hatch we put this ladder, and I actually broke my finger here when this closed on my hand, but that's a separate story. Over here I've just got screws that go into the studs on the walls, and we use that to set up a kind of a makeshift gun rack for all of our guns. And you can see we have a bunk bed, and that what looks like a pillow is actually a fold-out chair. Got a case with my other pistols in it, and also BBs, and then these cupboards, which we have random stuff in, like this grenade I made recently. You can check out a video for that. I'll put it down as probably the last link in the description if you want to check that out. It's just like a firecracker pretty much. And we got this door from a neighbor a long time ago for free. He didn't need it. And then again, I'll put the detailed video of this tour for this fort in the description, because the first one I had didn't go into very great depth, so I put an updated one up kind of a long time ago as well. That's pretty much it. There is, I don't know if you can see that little ladder you can climb up into the tree right there. It's not much of a fort, doesn't give you a whole lot of protection, but it's there. If you want to check those videos out in the description for any of the forts you've seen in this video, I'd greatly appreciate it, and I'm sure you'd enjoy it as well. I've got, for some of them, I actually have some how-tos, like as we built it, I show you how we went about it, like while we were building it, so that might be helpful if you're thinking about doing your own forts. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in those videos, but also all the future ones I have coming up pretty soon, so see you later.